Season 5. There are 4 weeks remaining.
Time to talk endorsements. You're in the NBA now, so that opens up a lot of doors for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that all looks great.
Hey, there he is. My favorite client and the team's newest starter. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Austin. Yeah. It's all pretty exciting now, isn't it?
Hey, listen, this is just the first step towards you becoming the face.
Let's get it, MP.
We've just started up this season, Grant. What's important for players right now?
You know, I think it's finding a good routine, especially for those on new teams. The earlier you figure out what works for you, the quicker you'll get comfortable.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. And it's MP in at the 1. And the Timberwolves with possession here. After New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. From deep, MP. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Well, how about MP right there? Just drilling a 3 of his own for good measure.
Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. His team is facing off with the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. As far as how they plan to defend him, Coach said it'll be a team effort. They plan to rotate who has him defensively, and Coach's words were, Ant is so special. You have to guard him with the numbers. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Well, Grant, the 2025 season was sort of a return to form for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, B.A. He just seemed more comfortable out there, right? Getting back to what his numbers used to look like and just playing with reckless abandon.
For three, Bridges. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And this game, the first chance they've had to see New York. Lets the three fly. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
MP smart enough to know he doesn't have to get to the rim to be effective.
Outside Hart, it's Bridges on the wing. From the arc. Shamet, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
The drive by MP. Yes, it's good. MP's got 11 points.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Brunson passes to Shamet. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. New York, again, can't hit. Minnesota's gone 3 of 3 from outside and looking sharp here in the first. And here's MP from outside. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Knicks making a switch here. McBride's checked in. Bridges against McDaniels. Can they get it? Pass to McBride. Off target from three-point range.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots. Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. Down by 12. They defeated Washington in their last game.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
You could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Robinson, he's checked in for New York. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Randall. DeSumo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's DiVincenzo in for Anthony Edwards. Robinson passes to Hart. Here's Brunson. Up and in on the layup. Brunson's got his second bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's MP. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Shot clock at 6. Sinks it from distance. Terrell's got 20 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Hart. Back to Brunson. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. The Timberwolves lead by 5. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. MP looking around. Here's the 3. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Brunson against MP. And Brunson gets it to go. Brunson's got 9 points.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And that one's good. Terrell.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the...
Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Sohan. And it's Shamet in for McBride. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Shannon. Edwards, he's checked in for DeSumo. And MP subbed in for DiVincenzo. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and then it's Landry Shamet, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Shamet. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. And after that surprising Karl-Anthony Towns trade, it took time for Minnesota to gel.
Yeah, last season some inconsistency, but they seem to find a groove down the stretch, capping it off with a deep run.
The Knicks have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Here's Brunson. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. MP drives in. And he can't get that one. Good D by Brunson. New York has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. And the basket by Bridges.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Gobert with a screen on Brunson. And here's MP from outside. Oh, it's his 10th basket on 12 tries. You got to appreciate the efficiency here. Towns outside. Pass to Robinson. Over Gobert. And the shot falls short that time. And here's Minnesota now. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's MP. Towns with a rebound.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Pass to Brunson. Over MP. Brunson misses. The Timberwolves lead by 23. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. From deep, MP. And it's New York with a rebound.
And guys, this shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Here's Bridges. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. We'll be right back after this word.
Defensively, play like you care, that's all.
Well, there's also a talent gap, right? I mean, what could they do about that tonight?
And now let's... Thanks for tuning in.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
He has come out energized, and as a result, he's been crushing it offensively.
Great to see him playing up to his full potential. This will do so much for his confidence.
So for Minnesota right now, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. MP is out there with Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, for all the anticipation around NBA expansion, we might have to pump the brakes. I'm told a number of team owners are a bit hesitant to further carve up the revenue from this new national broadcasting deal, so the timeline may take longer than some fans had hoped.
They'll get there. All right, Shams, thank you very much for that report. Here's Brunson outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And it's Terrell missing. New York has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And the Knicks miss again. For Minnesota, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And the 3 off target. The Knicks have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. B.A.?
He can knock him down. Thanks a lot, Allie. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Right side, Brunson. to Hart. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards.
They've come out a little cold the third quarter.
And Randall the bucket on the assist by MP. Randall's got 16 points now.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Outside Hart. Pass to Bridges. The three is up. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
It's Edwards on the wing. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Count that bucket.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Here's Brunson over MP. Brunson with the bucket. He's got 11.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
4-3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Bridges outside. Back to Brunson. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Second chance shot, and he takes it up and lays it in.
And no matter how the D's coming at him tonight, Brunson has adapted. And that's what great scorers do. They figure it out.
From deep, MP. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. New York working the ball around now. Here's Brunson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Brunson's got 15 points.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
From deep, MP. Counted from distance.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Here's Brunson. Softly drops in the floater.
Such a strong floater game. Just another part of Brunson's expanding arsenal.
Gobert with a screen on Brunson. MP outside. Randall on the screen. From deep, MP. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their...
For Robinson. And the Timberwolves also making a change. MP's checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. To the paint. Anderson passes to Dosunmu. MP outside. Reed, a screen on Brunson. For 3. And MP good for 3. MP's got 40 points.
Well, the way MP runs screen and roll, you think he's been in this league for over a decade.
Miles McBride is out there with Jalen Brunson. And then it's Landry Shamet. And it's Josh Hart. And it's Towns in at center. That's the 5 for New York right now. And stolen by Brunson. Pass to Hart. From deep. And Brunson with the bucket on the assist from Hart. Brunson's got 14 points now in the second half. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. All alone. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 8 rebounds in the game. To the inside. And Hart throws it down.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Timberwolves.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. Sohan comes in for Hart, and Jordan Clarkson subbed in for Shamet. All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, B.A., he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success. Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
On the wing, MP. Brunson defending. And here's MP from outside. It's hauled in by Robinson. And the Knicks with the possession here. And Brunson, here we go. And he banks in the layup. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. MP outside. Fires the three. Connects from downtown. MP's got 43 points.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
Now here's Brunson. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type.
A memorable evening as MP passes 40 points.
Oh, 100%.
Over to you, B.A.
Okay, Dominic, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our broadcast with a twist on tonight's game. It'll count to...
We've got a battle of the big men inside, Clark. Both teams with talented front courts.
Well, these teams rely heavily on their 4 and 5 guys, Kevin. It's going to be, I think, a lot of fun to watch. So keep that isolated cam on the paint area. That's where most of the action is going to take place.
I'm checking out Utah's opening lineup. Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. Here's Collier. Julius Randle with the rebound. MP outside. Pass to McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer, Randle. Rebounded by the Jazz. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans. All-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down-shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Outrunning the field, MP. He's got those young legs, folks.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Collier. Here's Kessler. Guarded by Reed. Kessler with the bucket.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Outside Jackson. The kick out to Williams. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Minnesota. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for MP. Checked in for Dosunmu. And Utah also making a switch. Filipowski's checked in. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. MP passes to Reed. Kicks it out to MP. This one for 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
So on the floor for Utah. Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Walker Kessler is out there with Filipowski. And it's Williams at the small forward. MP inside. Randle with a screen for MP. Offensive rebound. From the arc. Oh, MP sinks the triple. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Back to you.
Yep, a star on the rise. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Reed with the screen on Williams, and he comes up with the deuce. MP's got 7 now in this quarter.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Steps back. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Jazz have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They've won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know, what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Kessler, screen on Edwards. Here's Bailey. His last outing with 20 points. On the clock. Collier. Another miss by Utah. MP left side. For 3. Drains the three-pointer. MP's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down.
Yeah, their defensive effort uninspiring, like Kenny's acting career.
Oh, okay. I'm not even...
And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Top of the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. MP out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Reed in at the 5 down low. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Reed with a screen for MP. Long range shot by MP.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Here's Collier. Hits the jumper in space. Collier's got 9 points.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
MP deciding where to go with it. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Williams. From deep. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 13. Here's MP. Randall dishes to MP. There's the 3. And it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest. Clark, we see more coaches nowadays keeping a cool-headed, calm demeanor on the sideline.
And, Kevin, I love it. I mean, you don't have to yell and scream to get your point across, and every coach has to coach according to his personality, but I do like the fact that we see more coaches being mindful of how they coach and recognizing that overly demonstrative behavior doesn't necessarily improve the outcome.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Pass to Williams. Nice defense from McDaniel.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
2 minutes. MP outside. Pulls it up. Misses off the right iron. Jazz trail by 19. And having a star in Anthony Edwards, Clark with so much confidence, what kind of impact does that have for the Wolves?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he wants the pressure of carrying the team. And with his outgoing nature and skill set, that mentality, I think, permeates the team and gives it great confidence.
To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Bailey, and the layup's good off the glass.
Great transition play there from Bailey. I know coaches love seeing the rookie hustle.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to try something. In the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
So on the floor for Utah, Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Williams is out there with Jackson, and it's Kessler in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, he's leading the way, trying to get everybody else going now.
MP outside. Beyond the arc, and there's the 3.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
Here's Bailey. There's the screen. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
MP doesn't get that one.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Reed with a screen for MP. Buries the jumper.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial. Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Timberwolves.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Absolutely tremendous offensively. Relentless, accurate, on point. What a night.
Randall against Jackson. Kessler, a screen on MP. Deflects the pass. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Edwards. Now Reed. Good on the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And he drives in. Now here's Edwards. And here's MP for 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
During this final quarter, he has erupted from outside the arc. You just assume every 3 he takes now is
a dominant game by MP, leading his team to
20 points means hot soup. 30 points.
Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
Austin, come here. Stand right here. Remember when you first sold me on this?
Yeah?
You said it would be a tiny little promotion in my locker.
Listen, they love the first video where you talked about Cotton Divide. They just feel like the product needs to be a little more prominent.
Prominent? Austin, how much more prominent can this get? My sneakers can't fit in there.
You could buy a house to hold all the sneakers with the money you'll make if this product takes off. You just need to play ball.
A house?
A house.
For my sneakers.
For your sneakers.
Man, why didn't you leave with that? Give me this box. Shh, that's a deal, yeah.
All right.
Get out of here.
Okay. Hey,
shoot.
Sleep well.
Cognitive vibe. There you go.
All right, MP, you're always locked in, but seeing a little something extra tonight. What's going on?
Well, when you're trying to prove that you're the top bucket getter in the NBA, it's not just about winning shootouts. You have to get it done versus the toughest defenders.
Is that who you're facing tonight?
Oh, for sure. This dude is no joke. And playing him for an entire 48 minutes is a workout. I mean, you're going to feel it in your whole body the next day.
Sure. So how do you prepare for that sort of mental and physical challenge?
Well, the physical part, that's all work in the gym. Mentally, it's about staying focused, and one thing that helps me with my concentration is Cognivibe. When I need a great night's sleep for mental clarity, and that's exactly what Cognivibe delivers, I depend on this product. Can't go wrong with it.
Get after it, MP.
Welcome, everybody. And the injury story, when you're missing two players, including a starter, a lot changes. Rotations and roles.
You have two players injured, one of their stars out. Something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. And it's Terrell in at the 1. And for Sacramento, the perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. Domantas Sabonis out there with Precious Achiuwa. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. Well, MP has made it clear that scoring is an emphasis for him right now. He's looking to be more assertive offensively.
Well, MP set a rather large goal for himself to outscore everyone on the opposing team. While MP certainly is talented enough to do so, that sure is a lofty goal, and he's been very vocal about it. Now, the media can get all over you when you set goals that big, but he struggled a bit trying to deliver on that promise. We'll see if he steps up tonight.
Let's send it over to Allie for a report on MP.
Well, I spoke to MP before the game. He told me he was very aware of the defensive challenge in front of him, but feels like these are the types of games that bring out the best in him, saying he's focused on turning in a dominant scoring performance. Guys, he sounded confident.
Well, he's going at him. That's his mentality. Thank you. Yep, count it. Richard, one of the best things about still being so early on in the season, the fan excitement is real.
Oh, yeah, the fan excitement. That's the best part because everyone believes positive things can happen. That's the best part about the first third of the season.
You just don't see guards attack the glass like Westbrook does. I mean, he's a relentless rebounder.
Here's MP. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Edwards against Monk. Pass to Achiuwa. Sacramento passing it around. Now here's Sabonis. Shoots over Reed, and that one's long. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, MP, the pass to Reed. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Reed's got his second bucket on the night.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's DeRozan. Last game for him, he picked up 10.
Working to find a high percentage look. DeRozan makes sure he converts.
You know, RJ, the roster for the Kings shifting since last season's trade deadline, but still plenty of talent.
Yeah, in particular, the Fox for LaVine trade has them stocked with wings. And if you looked at the NBA Finals, both teams were loaded.
Monk against Edwards. Back to Monk from behind the arc. Some solid defense from Edwards. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Randall, a screen on DeRozan. And here's MP from outside. It's rebounded by Sabonis.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Pass to Westbrook. And that misses. That would have put him up. DeRozan against MP. Three-pointer. Nails it from 3. Terrell's got 5 now.
How about the confidence right there by young MP just stepping right into that 3.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And the Kings going with a whole new... And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Monk finds Westbrook. DeRozan outside. Pass to Westbrook. Outside Monk. Takes a 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Confident stroke from Monk outside the arc.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the T-Wolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. Achua is out there with Domantas Sabonis. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Here's MP taking it inside. Reed passes to MP. Randall on the screen. Pass to Edwards. 6 to shoot. That one no good. Great D that time from Monk, the #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, do you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Yeah, it feels like he's forcing things. What will happen? He's trying to help his team.
From downtown, and the Kings with another 3.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Gobert's checked in for Julius Randle. Timberwolves trail by 6. MP outside. A shot to stop the run. Rebound by Sacramento.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Minnesota has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Gobert with a screen on Westbrook. And here's MP from outside. On target from range. Terrell's got 8.
Ooh, I can tell fresh legs when I see him. Look at the young legs of MP getting out on the break.
DeRozan outside over McDaniels, and that's not gonna go. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Kings on top. They lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And greetings from the two.
Watching them on the offensive end, they did a great job moving that basketball. There's no surprise in those assist totals how they reflect that.
Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the first half. And that's a wrap on half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, you got to like what Russell Westbrook has done in this game.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Edwards out there with MP. And it's Reed in at the 5. Knocked away. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, the son of Hall of Fame big man Arvydas Sabonis, Domantas said he was a 7-footer that could do everything, like a point guard. He's at a whole different level. I'm just another basketball player. He is a legend. But his father said Domantas is a warrior like me, and I'm very proud. Back over to you guys.
Great stuff. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Total confidence. Westbrook doesn't think he just shoots.
MP inside. He's guarded by Sabonis. Back to MP. Launches it. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
On the wing, DeRozan. Guarded by Edwards. Clock at 6. Westbrook outside. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Now here's MP. Give him 8 points now. Oh, MP showing the big range.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 to start the second half.
And timeout called by Doug Christie. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Kings 4th.
They took pride in their success at the line, and it forced opposing defenses to be very careful against them.
Sabonis outside. Down low. Here's Westbrook. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, guys, this summer saw the first ever 7-team trade in the NBA. You might wonder why it makes sense to involve so many parties, but basically teams have more flexibility salary-wise in these multi-team deals. It is enough to make your head spin, guys. This is where things are headed.
Big moves. Okay, Shams, thanks for the update. The Kings lead by 4. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Achua with the dunk.
Oh, just a clever play by DeRozan. Using the pick and roll to make space for someone else.
Randall, a screen on Westbrook. From deep, MP. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got rebound number 11. DeRozan against McDaniels. A shot from the mid-range. And it's DeRozan missing.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Reed, a screen on Westbrook. From deep, MP. Elite range, MP.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Outside Monk. Back to Westbrook. DeRozan outside. Fires from the wing. Off the left rim and out. Timberwolves trail by 3. You know, people call DeMar DeRozan the modern master of the mid-range.
Well, he's earned that with his mid-range efficiency and scoring. It's an area a lot of offenses overlook now, but DeMar, oh, he is the exception to the rule. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
To the middle, Westbrook. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reed's got 7 rebounds in the game. And here's MP from outside. And another 3 for Minnesota.
We talk about MP's confidence a lot. There, he showed it, pulling up off the dribble and nailing the shot.
Westbrook finds Monk. Here's Sabonis. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Inside. Will it go? Achua with the dunk.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. MP looking around. Randall, a screen on Westbrook from deep. MP. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. The Kings have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Pass to Monk. The 3-ball. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got 6 assists here tonight.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Kings ahead. Up. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. McDaniels comes in for DeSumo. Anthony Edwards is checked in for DiVincenzo. And MP subbed in for Highland. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Doug Christie said to his team. Coaches want with his assistant. He said to throw out everything that happened and kill now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. Domantas Sabonis out there with Precious Achua, and it's Westbrook in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Jams it home!
And that pick and roll action, DeRozan reads the game so well. He leans on his intelligence.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Now Edwards. Edwards with some muscle.
Wow, Edwards almost makes it look effortless, like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
Westbrook going to work in the low block.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
Outside Edwards. Not that time.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter here. On the wing, DeRozan. McDaniels covering. The 3 is off. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. MP outside. Takes a 3. Ooh, the shot misses.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's DeRozan. Fires the 3. Catch from downtown.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Kings.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Russell Westbrook.
Incredible game for him. He had endless energy, no doubt best player on the floor tonight.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
And the 3 misses. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
And so it's Sacramento with the W. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
All right, now let's go courtside to Dominic Hamill.
Disappointing loss for you and your team tonight, MP. What's your evaluation of your performance? You had some good moments, but not enough.
Yo, these kind of games are worse than a straight-up blowout because with those, at least you just forget about it, call it a bad night, and you move on. But tonight we had chances. We just didn't follow through on them, especially me. This one's going to bug me until I get out there next game and win.
We'll be there watching, MP.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Brian, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Dom. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With Doris and DB at this early part of the season, what's most important for the head coaches?
What's fascinating to me, Kevin, when you listen to coaches talk is whether you're a championship coach or a first-year coach, one of the biggest things you have to do is figure out your rotations.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Edwards is out there with MP. And it's Gobert in at the center position. Makes it off the glass.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Here's Collier, covered by MP. Bailey misses. And the Timberwolves with possession. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. Unsurprisingly, the conversation turned to Rudy Gobert. Let's be honest, he's scary, Coach said about the 7-footer. He hinted their strategy might involve trying to, quote, lure Rudy out of the paint so he's not there to slap away our layups. Maybe some tricky play here to try and push Gobert out of his comfort zone. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you. We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but G.A. much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
MP fires from way outside. That 3 off the mark. Williams from outside. Minnesota with the rebound. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Randall with a screen for MP. Down low, Williams with the steal. Pass to Bailey. Now Kessler. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, Kessler right in that restricted area. Good finish.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The 3 from MP. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For Utah, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Jazz passing it around. Outside Jackson. Williams a screen on McDaniel. Jackson misses.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Gobert with a screen for MP. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3.
Boy, still trying to get comfortable out there right now.
And the foul called on Isaiah Cowley. This is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Kessler. A late first-round pick, Doris, back in 2022. Walker Kessler proving he was a sleeper. He has shown a lot for sure.
Oh, no question about it, Kevin. We are talking about a guy who's got size. He's consistent on the backboards, but there's an offensive arsenal there that maybe was a bit unexpected.
On the court for Minnesota. One-court spots filled by Edwards and Randall. MP out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And here's MP for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this. It looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
A 3 from MP. Another miss by MP.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Edwards looking it over. And it's Randall, top of the key. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Bailey. Jazz have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Back to Williams. Off target from three-point range. MP with it. Bailey picks him up. And here's MP for 3. And it's Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one following a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hit by Randall. The 3 from MP. MP, the triple is down the hatch.
Well, the ability to spread the floor is such a valuable skill in the league. And MP, yes, sir.
Here's Kessler. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court.
Listen, everyone has to step up to fill in for Kawhi. Really at both ends. No more counting on Leonard for the big stops.
Also, who do you go to at the end of games? And moving on to the Timberwolves now. They're in the midst of a close game.
Got to give it up for their second unit, leaping off that bench, going out there playing.
And that's a halftime wrap.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Bones Hyland getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Williams with the steal. Pass to Collier. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Collier's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. Well, we know the Jazz have been up front. Before you can rebuild, Doris, you got to tear down. And that's what they've done.
And Kevin, that requires extraordinary patience. You have to be willing to trade away veterans who can contribute to winning. And you have to be willing to prolong the process in order to get max returns. But be under no illusions. Losing is hard on everyone.
Here's Bailey. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
What determination from Bailey, not letting the D get to him.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, Ace Bailey's draft journey was highly scrutinized, and it wasn't just his height. But at the combine, he measured over 2 inches shorter than he'd been listed in college. Rather, his refusal to work out for any team surprised a lot of folks and executives around the league. But it didn't scare off the Jazz, who selected him 5th overall.
Not everyone can shoot like him. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. Here's Collier. His 3-pointer's off the mark. The Timberwolves trail. MP going in strong. And teams are always looking for positional size. Doris, where is that most valuable?
If you look across the league today, Kevin, it's at every single position. Size and skill as a combination is very tough to beat. And teams are getting bigger and more skilled across positions now.
Pass to Collier. Now Bailey. Outside Williams. From outside the arc. Carries it from 3-point range. Williams has got 5 now.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot. You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
MP outside. With the shot. Another miss by Minnesota.
Boy, he's trying to give this team a start, but the bucket simply will not go down.
Collier, that's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
MP looking around. Another miss by MP.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
Pass to Collier. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's
Substitution on the court.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. On the court for Minnesota, the wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's MP in at the point.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Good on the triple.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Williams outside. Now Jackson. Here's Bailey. Jackson outside. That's a screen on McDaniel. Let's lose a 3. It's good.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
MP outside. And get the 3.
Boy, when you're trying to make up ground, every shot counts. You have got to be selective.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Randall with a screen for MP. Fires the 3. Jackson with the rebound. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Utah. And he hits from 17.
And that's a spot on the floor Bailey can really make his own, especially at that size.
Randall with a screen for MP. From outside, down it goes for 3.
MP showing you early he can handle the pressure, folks.
Now Jackson. And that one is good.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
MP outside. From deep. Hands off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Bailey. Here's Jackson. Here's Collier. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, that was a 2-hander.
What agility there. Look how quick Jackson moves after setting the screen. Perfect execution.
Timberwolves shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. MP. And the 3 misses. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Rebounded by Randall. Minnesota with the ball. 8-point game. MP going to work inside.
Complete confidence in the clutch. MP seizing the moment.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. And the Timberwolves call time. 23 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
on the wing, MP. 2 points. That one goes. And he commits the intentional foul.
Anthony Edwards. First personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And no doubt, one of the more polarizing prospects in this year's rookie class. Bailey makes shots few others can, but he's still adding strength and polish to his all-around game.
Picked by Randall. MP fires. Misses the three. So it's Utah with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
A difficult loss for you guys.
Yeah, they made more plays than we did. We'll have to watch the...
Kevin, over to you.
Hey, Jen, thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. So long, everyone.